Hey all. So my Google site is published and working, but not without issues, mainly with redirects. It took me 3 to 4 hours, almost half a day, to figure this out, and I would like to share my steps with you. Maybe for someone it will be helpful. It appears that I took the long and complicated route, and the solution was actually very simple and fast. So, if we will read up on the Google sites and how they are accessed and how redirects work, we will find out that by default Google sites have to be mapped to a subdomain. So what it means that when you will complete the directions of Google sites on how to add your personal domain, your site will be accessed through this address, through subdomain www that you will add in your DNS records as CNAME as per instructions. And it will resolve into a final address, which will be https www and example.com, right? So these two will work. What will not work is your naked domain or root. Also, https example.com will not work either. I will tell you later why it might be a problem as well. My first initial idea was to solve this first problem, was to connect to my registrar's panel and make a simple redirect of the root domain. You can leave it empty or write ETA, which will correspond to this, and forward it to a full address. And it worked actually, but for some reason, I don't know exactly how it is implemented, and I'm not very technical in this case. It took like 2-3 seconds before redirect happened, especially when you were opening it on a new device or from clean browser. And I really did not like it because it felt like it should work faster. That's the one problem. And HTTPS for a naked domain was another issue, because naturally Google adds a record in the SSL certificate, as I understand it, only for subdomain, but not for a naked domain. So this is a problem because many, if not all, the browsers nowadays add HTTPS before the domain address automatically. And if later someone will try to access the same Google site again, the browser in many cases will add HTTPS in front and it will not load. So my first idea was to remove this redirect and go through Cloudflare. I do not want to go into detail how I tried for 3 or 4 hours, but still couldn't make it to work as I wanted it to work. I tried redirect rules, I tried page rules, which actually worked at some point, but only for the PC or the Wi-Fi, but they were not working through mobile connection. I'm not sure why. I'm not technical enough to understand why. I was getting an error that there is a typo in my address. Of course, there was no typo, so I don't know. And at the end, I got to the point where I thought, whatever, I will use it as is, and this will be enough. But I remembered again this sort of article, and it mentioned at the bottom other services like Redirect Pizza. So this is what pizzas and redirects have in common, actually. I looked up their plans, and it says that for free you can get 5 source host names. One is enough for me. 250,000 requests per month. I will not get that many requests, I believe, in the lifetime. And most importantly, they give you automatic HTTPS. So at this point, there was a sparkle of hope that I will solve both my problems. And this is my panel. It was really straightforward. It took like 3 or 4 minutes. I logged in through Google. I just added my naked domain. They checked it. I got here a DNS error. I expanded what's the problem. And they said very clearly that I need to add an A record pointing to this IP address. That's what I did through my registrar. I forced checked it again. Everything went green. There was briefly a message that SSL is being generated. So they gave me a free certificate for my naked domain. Check mark went green and everything started working perfectly. So this redirect now goes through Pizza, and they also gave me free SSL certificate. So the second problem is also solved, meaning that my site can be accessed through any of these ways. That's what I wanted to achieve, and I wish I knew that there is a 5-minute solution to this problem. I guess simple problems require simple solutions. Okay, see you next time. Bye.